This is another unconventional video, of course, for Lunar New Year skins. Now, I'm going to yap for a bit, but by all means, if you just want to skip ahead and get a good look at all those brand new Lunar New Year skins, just scroll down, look in the description, chapters are there, it'll help you out. So, good day, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope they're right, because it's time for the Rust Workshop skin checks. But, much like with the previous 2 weeks for Valentine's and Valentine's bingo, yeah, Lunar New Year for 2026. The year of the horse. But there's a bit of a problem. First of all, let's just quickly address the next Rust store is Valentine's. February 19 and February 26, they will be Lunar New Year. Now, you might sit there and say, well, why aren't you showing the collection for Lunar New Year skins? It doesn't exist. Yep. Hopefully it appears over the course of maybe the next 20 hours. If it is, I will link it in the description. But for some strange reason, it's just not there. So what I can do is I can quickly point out, if you got yourself a followed authors list set up, then by all means you've probably seen a lot of the skins that have been submitted. As we'll navigate over to here after I've clicked it, it's a bit slow. Steam is a bit funny still, unfortunately. So let's just wait for that to load. Might take forever. What I'll also showcase to you is when you're on the main Rust Workshop page, hover over Browse, click in the game, but do be warned you might see some very strange things, okay? Now, by default, it will show you the most popular skins, and as you'll see, lots of horse-related skins. Very nice, very interesting. But I think it's probably best if you go most recent, and then just scroll down through it this way. Now, by the time you're doing this yourself the next day, of course, that would be the 11th of February, well, you might see some other, like, random things. We're looking for Lunar New Year skins, right? This is what we're expecting for the final 2 weeks for February 2026, right? So, some very strange yet very interesting approaches. Lots of spinning wheels as well. Lots of garage doors, by the way. Lots of garage doors. But unfortunately, as of now, we don't have a collection list set up for it. And you might sit there and say, Hedge, why don't you make your own one? I don't want to cause issues and get people confused and whatnot. I want to try and avoid that. So we'll wait for TGG to set up the official list, and I'll link it to you when it's available, all right? Cool. So, yep, you could get a nice glimpse of that, or you could just go to Micro522.com. So let's just quickly refresh. Yep, still 7 in the evening. All you got to do is just click date submitted. Just click the submitted button right there. It'll show you all the most recent skin submissions. But considering the deadline happened almost 12 hours ago now, just refresh. By default, you'll see all the skins based on the most support. And we got some pretty nice looking skins right there. So if you only want to look at them based on like the clothing skins category, click that once. There you go. Click it again. There you go. Weapons and tools. I don't remember how to specifically search for deployables, because if you click this again, it'll just go back to clothing armor. But I do believe if you just type in over here, deployables, there you go. Yeah, so it will now only show deployables. So if you want to like navigate this, not too hard to do. Just make use of the search bar over to here, and yeah. And not only could you look at all the very interesting things on here, so you can just easily hover over all of these like so. Again, I'll just refresh again to go back to like the default view. So the default view showcases all the skins based on overall score, which is an amalgamation of upvotes versus downvotes and favourites and views and whatnot. You get the idea. So, alright, we've got some pretty cool looking skins. Lots of garage doors, I assure you that. But also lots of sheet metal double doors as well. So, alright, cool. So, with the focus of today, I intend to only showcase all the collection continuations. Now, it is a little bit hard because when it comes to, well, Lunar New Year skins, a lot of the skin creators, they don't even bother like pointing out like a collection link in the workshop page. I have identified some collection continuations, don't you worry. But worst case scenario, I might hop over to here and grab like the most popular skins to get a good look at as well. I will put an effort in to link all the skins that are showcased in this video in the description, so you could go look at them yourselves on the workshop pages, maybe offer some nice comments and whatnot. You get the idea. But to be truthful with all of you, going to Micro522.com will help you out a lot. Again, you can easily just preview the skins like so, and if something catches your eye, like, oh wow, wait, that's a Phantom SKS. That's a regular skin submission. Shedmon, what? Well, I will point out, yep, we are seeing a lot of SKS skins being submitted still. So by default, it will say most popular, hover over most recent, and then you'll see like the Lunar New Year skins. But just to point out, that is not a Lunar New Year skin. So Lunar Horses, Handcarved, is that Lunar New Year? Apparently, yeah, okay. Dragon Dance, Firehorse LNY, and I know Mr. Vase, the man behind the Heatseeker collection, for example. Oh, he made a very cool looking Imperial Charge SKS. So, all right, lovely stuff. But let's now quickly showcase to you what I've gotten up to. So, when you're on SCMM, if you go to the top right, you can easily navigate to previous restores. And I want to go to Lunar New Year 2025. Let's click this. So, what I did to try and identify all the collection continuations was I just looked at people who've had, Lunar New Year skins in the past. Just go to the workshop page and then go to their most recent skin submissions. And I wanted to see, well, last year Mr. 38 made the Neon Lunar Serpent Garage Door. Did they make a sequel? Well, based on what I see here, no, not really. So that isn't like another Garage Door or a Deployable. Yeah. So I wouldn't consider that a collection continuation. Whilst they did make another skin, yeah, I'm sure you understand. Then we have Equus. Cool, awesome looking Snake Lord Garage Door. But unfortunately, they haven't submitted a skin in quite a while. So unfortunately, no collection continuation there. But to give you a nice sort of showcase of like how I'm making some connections, look at the Ophidia M249 from last year. Workshop, most recent skin. Now, whilst this clearly doesn't have the exact same name, and I've already got it prepared right so, the design of it looks incredibly similar to the design that we see on the Ophidia. So I'm not sure if Ophidia and Equus or Equus, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm not sure if they're like linked in a certain way. But looking at the design of the M249 and looking at the design of this, it looks very similar. The pattern design, okay, I think with all due respect, we'll consider that a collection continuation. So yes, I've made some connections. We will go ahead and showcase some interesting looking skins in a second. But yeah, I just wanted to showcase to you how I came to, how I kind of figured all that out. Cool. So today, we'll focus collection continuations. And then next week, we'll be doing a bingo as well. And so that, I think we've got everything all said and done. So just to repeat, Lunar New Year, February 19, 2026, and February 26, 2026. All good? Right. Let's hop in game and get a good look at some of these collection continuations. Okay, so here we are in game. Now, I just want to point this out. Don't forget, with all the skins we're about to take a look at, they will be listed in the description, so scroll down if anything's caught your eye. And of course, I should also point this out as well. If I've missed any collection continuations, I sincerely apologise. But if you can inform me, I'll make sure I'll showcase them in next week's video. So, alright then. Why the long face? So, this right here, the first skin we're going to showcase, this is from Himic. Last year, we saw an interesting snake-themed large box. This year, with it being the year of the horse, of course, we've got a horse design. So, does that mean from every year from now, we're going to see like the appropriate animal in a large box? Hey, if it gets accepted, I won't blame Himic from continuing to do that. So, alright, cool. How's it look at night time? So, with the lights on nearby, you can see the gold in it is ever so nice and shiny. Looking pretty sweet. Yep. But how does it look in total darkness? Well, can confirm it glows in the dark very nicely and very brightly. So, okay then, looking pretty sweet. So, consider looking in the description right now. Going to its workshop page. If you happen to like what you see right here, consider showing support. Best of luck to Himic. Now, got a bit of a funny collection here. Mr. Samota, I know he dedicates most of his time now to CS2, but he always makes sure he turns up and get his small boxes in, because I believe the past 5 years in a row, we've seen these small box skins being accepted. Now, could it be 6 years in a row with the horse design? So you might notice they're all fairly similar. We've got the cat, we've got the bull, we've got the bunny, we've got the dragon, we've got the snake. All perfectly fine looking designs. Would you like to see the whole set being complete? Now, if I could just move over to here, can I just quickly confirm that no, it doesn't glow in the dark. But it is quite reflective with the lights on nearby. So yeah, that's basically the same with all the other small boxes. But hey, Base Punch likes it. They keep accepting them. They keep sending a decent amount every time they're accepted. So don't be surprised if you're to see that potentially being accepted in an upcoming restore. Could it be February 19 or February 26? We'll see, alright? So, if you like the pattern design, consider looking in the description. Look for its workshop page. Consider showing support. Now, let's pan over to here. We've got an interesting looking furnace. Problem is I don't remember what this is a collection continuation to. Sorry about this. I got myself all nice and prepared yesterday, but what I'll do is I'll make sure the workshop pages will be listed in the description. All you have to do is just look at what the skin creators made previously of the previous year. So, yep, a very interesting looking furnace indeed. Looking nice and shiny. Right. How do you look at night time? Well, doing a pretty good job looking shiny still. Especially when it's turned off like so. A very interesting sort of gemstone design, I guess you could say. Alright, looking pretty sweet. But of course, how's it look in total darkness? Can confirm, it stands out very nicely and very brightly. So, opinions please. Feel free to comment below. So, overall, we don't really have that many skins to showcase. So I thought I'd go ahead and showcase the top performing skins that you can see on Micro522.com right now. They are all door skins. To our left, we've got a very nice looking garage door. In the middle, a very nice, awesome looking horse design. And then over to here, a very cool looking sheet metal double door. So as you might have noticed at night time, yes, they glow in the dark very nicely. So first of all, the sheet metal double door. That looks amazing. Props to the skin creator. Same here to the middle garage door over to here. That also looks very, very nice. And then, of course, awesome display. The fact that they actually added, like, tier 2 armor on the woman, that's awesome. But, damn, if only we knew what the Lunar horse armor looked like, because they could have added it to that, and that would have been pretty sweet. So, alright, cool. So, opinions, please. Do you like what you see? Also, let's turn lights on as well. Are they reflective? Are they shiny? Not so much on this one. Over to here, somewhat reflective, not too bad. And then over to here, not very shiny. So yeah, honestly, I'm not surprised to see these skins are getting quite a lot of support. They do look really cool. Now, in regards to the garage doors, you might be curious, you might be thinking, hey, do they glow in the dark when they're rolled up? Okay, they're all rolled up. Well, let's get a good look at that. So as you notice immediately, even when rolled up, both these garage doors happen to glow in the dark quite nicely. Alright. Looking pretty sweet. So just to remind all of you, these three doors, they're not collection continuations, but because we didn't really have that much to showcase, I thought it'd be nice to, show off the top 3 performing skins that you can see on Micro522.com. Maybe that'll change over the course like the next week or so, we'll see. But as of now, that is correct. Now, before we move on to showcasing some clothing armor, I just want to point out I got a little bit confused. This was made by Nullfut and Jimmy Tedeschi. The reason why I didn't remember was because they're like one of the first people, the first groups to submit their skins, and they did it super early. So I got a little bit lost in a moment, but can confirm, yep, that's a sequel to the snake-themed furnace they made last year. Cool. And then as we pan over to here, we have the only clothing and armor piece, unless you consider backpacks, the only clothing and armor piece to get a sequel. We have a very interesting Dragon's Fury tier 3 armor right here on display. Let's just move the sun around a little bit better. Oh, there we go. Very nice. Very shiny. Not sure if everybody's going to be like super into the idea of it being super shiny. I mean, red and gold, don't you think that might stand out quite a lot if you're running around in like a grassy area like so? But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if you were to see a collection continuation for a core piece, and core piece as I refer to with hoodie and pants tier 2, tier 3, even boots and gloves really, if you were to see a sequel, you should expect the pre-existing skins to spike in one, spike in price. And the hoodie and pants that you can see I'm wearing there, oh, over the past year, on the Steam market, the listings, oh, they've only gotten smaller and smaller. I believe we're looking at like 20 listings each at the moment. So, yeah, like next to nothing. If that tier 3 armor were to be accepted, I do believe the hoodie and pants will be rising up in price ever so nice. A lovely bit of spike in one, spike in price. Oh, yes. So, yeah, you might not be a fan of the shine, but even then. So, alright, cool, understood. How's it look at night time? Yeah, it's even shinier than you probably realised. So, yeah, no, look pretty sweet. No complaints here. Does it happen to glow in the dark or anything? No. No concerns in that regard. So, okay, not too bad. What's your opinion? Do you reckon we could see that being accepted? Especially considering we have 2 weeks of Lunar New Year. Will there be room? You might also complain, how come it's no horse? I have reason to believe dragons are like a default sort of theme of Lunar New Year in general, I guess. I'm not going to complain. So, yeah. Let's see if the Tier 3 armor is accepted. Keep an eye out. The last year, we saw a pretty interesting snake-themed backpack skin being accepted. It said 2025. Well, now we got a horse, and it says 2026. So, yeah, sure, I guess. Perhaps we'll see like a backpack collection being built up from here and now. I mean, what are your thoughts in regards to that? Feel free to comment below. But, yeah, looking perfectly fine with its pattern design. The gold, the green, the red, the shine. Look at that. So, yep, that's a perfectly fine looking backpack. Nighttime look. It is quite reflective, as you'll see. But does it happen to like glow in the dark or anything? Right, well, let's go ahead and get a look at that then. Can't confirm no. So, in that regard, no need to worry. No need to panic. And also, quick look from the front. Yeah. There's just some perfectly fine looking leather straps. So, alright. Feel free to comment below then. What are your thoughts? Does it look nice? Next up, we've got a bit of a loose connection. But last year, we saw a very cute snake-themed weapon. I forget what it was. But the design that we see here, very, very similar. So, it's a very cute-looking horsey. Has a backpack, looking pretty sweet, looking pretty cute. Opinions, please. Is it cute? But, no, come on now, look at it. That's a nice looking design. So, not so much red compared to the previous one. Alright, so, nighttime look. With the lights on nearby, can't confirm, not very reflective. You've got the gold. Yeah, little gold bits there. Somewhat reflective, somewhat shiny. And then, of course, let's just get a good look at you. In total darkness, and I can confirm, no, it doesn't glow in the dark, so... Alright, sweet. So both the backpacks, perfectly fine looking designs. But which one's your favourite? Feel free to comment below. And a nice quick look at the front as well. Black straps, looking pretty sweet. So, how about we go ahead now and get a good look at all the weapons and the tools. Okay, so quite some time back, we saw an interesting Lunar New Year bow skin being accepted from Delarai. Well, now he's gone ahead and made this AK-47. Oh, what do you reckon? Does it look pretty interesting? Especially the horse on the side there. Aim down, standard sight, not too bad. Nice bit of like redwood. Gold trim. Also nighttime. Let's just get a quick look at you. So, doesn't appear to stand out, no. Okay, well, we'll see what becomes of it. If I could just give that a nice reload. Looking perfectly fine. And, you know, nighttime, please. And I just hold this in my hands, move it around, get a good look at the gold shining ever so nicely. And then strike a pose. Look pretty. Tell me what you think. Could we potentially see this being accepted? Feel free to comment below. Now, I mentioned this one earlier, didn't I? So, we had the Ophidia last year. The pattern design that we see here matches up exactly like what we saw with that M249 last year. So, a very shiny looking bolt action rifle. Oh, yes, indeed. Now, let me just hold it in my hands, because this right here, that's transparency. This right here is a bolt action rifle with transparency. You don't have like the two bits to the side. Looking pretty sweet, I do say. Let's also just give that a nice reload. Pop those in. Shoot the bulb out. Lovely stuff. So yeah, nice and shiny. Looking pretty sweet. But how's it look at night time? And well, I can see the aim sight. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can see the aim sight pretty nicely. Well then. Would you like to run outside without a scope shooting people at night time? You're more than welcome to do so, because I think you can potentially do it at that, but maybe we should go ahead and put a scope in it. Boom. Right. So, that's looking pretty sweet. Whoa, I mean, what were you expecting? Alright then, nighttime please. Let me just go ahead, hold you in my hands, move you around, looking very nice and shiny. And then of course, let's just strike a pose. And get a good look at that. So again, a very nice and shiny looking weapon. But would you like to potentially see that being accepted in an upcoming Lunar New Year Rustor? Last year we saw a pretty interesting looking MP5. Well, Kavaho the skin creator, he has returned with an M249. Get a good look at that. Let's just pan around a little bit more. You can see the horse on the side there. Looking pretty sweet. And of course, hold up my hands. No transparency or anything. Let's give that a nice reload. All good. Hold this in my hands, move it around. And of course, nighttime. How are we doing? Is it visible? Yeah, it's not visible. Alright, well, here's what it is. Alright then, so, opinions please. Are you in need of a brand new M249? What about one that is quite reflective like this? Looking pretty sweet. Now if I could just strike a pose. Not too bad. Not too bad. So, tell me what you think. Feel free to comment below. Oh, 1 second. I also noticed the horse there on the magazine. Ah, that's stylish. Right, now you can comment below. And saving it for last, the handmade LMG. So, considering it's more of a brand new weapon, or rather, skinnable weapon, I should say, I thought, yeah, go on then. That'd be an interesting thing to showcase. Potentially the first ever Lunar New Year handmade LMG. Looking pretty sweet. Alright. So, I think this is a collection continuation to an L96 we saw last year. I think it's Little Rangers. I'll have to confirm that in a second. But, yeah, it's not directly linked. But considering there's some very nice looking weapons in, it's a loose connection again, basically. So, alright, cool. Understood. But, yeah. Lovely piece of work last year on the L96. Lovely piece of work on this handmade LMG in 2026. Right, so if we could just take control and give that a nice look. We do have a bit of transparency, which you can see. Not too bad. No hidden message there. You could have done like Happy Lunar New Year or something. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So yeah, it's also got this tag to the side. I'm not sure what that is. Looks nice though. Right then, so nighttime please. Is it visible? No, not really. Alright, fair enough. Just, oh, the tag is. Haha. Right. So, I don't think many people complain about that. It looks nice. It's nice and red and gold. Some awesome designs with the horses. Now let's hop on stage. Give that a good look. Move it around. Looking nice and shiny. Can't go wrong with that. And of course, let's just strike a pose. Try and look pretty. And I ask you right now, are you impressed with what you see? Could this potentially be the first ever Lunar New Year handmade LMG in an upcoming Lunar New Year Rustor? Feel free to comment below and offer your thoughts. And again, big magazine, awesome looking horse. Yep, okay, so Little Ranger City. Yeah, so a year ago they made a pretty interesting looking L96. Can confirm they are the people behind the handmade LMG. So, yeah, that's pretty much it then. Consider giving Micro522 a good look. Let's just reset that. There you go. Consider looking at all these skins. And that's not every single skin creator, by the way. All right, there's a lot more. It wouldn't surprise me if we have at least over 200 submissions in total. More than enough for 2 Rustors, I'm sure. But if you could go look yourself right now, out of all these skins, which one has impressed you the most? Feel free to comment below. And hopefully, right, hopefully we actually have like a collection set up for Lunar New Year, because then I can link it in the description. So double check, look in the description. If the actual collection's been made by then, it'll be there. If not, well, maybe next week then. Valentine's is next. I'm not sure if it's going to be an early rush store, but I can confirm the player count has been pretty good today, as you'll see. Not sure if it's going to be as good compared to January, but lots of people do appear to have enjoyed the boats. It might not be perfect, but it's the first iteration, so as time goes on, I'm sure there'll be some tweaks, some changes. We lost 3 days of progress because our boat got stuck on the beach. And I know I'm not the only person to suffer with that, so seems a lot of people have been dealing with that. I'm sure they'll have a fix for it. Like, you just gotta pull it with a rope or something. Right, so yeah, that's pretty much everything. By all means, keep an eye out. I'm sure some interesting regular skins will be appearing as time goes on, but we're not expecting regular skin submissions until, I think, the final weekend of this month. So I don't know what we're going to see next week. I have no idea. So, might be a bit rough next week, but we'll see. So, yeah, just keep an eye out. I think a few more skins are still sneaking in for Lunar New Year. Like, I've noticed this and this. Looking pretty cool. And that's it. That's a wrap. So don't forget, Lunar New Year horse-related content. We're going to have the silly mask, the proper horse mask. And I do believe Mr. Protox has actually gone ahead. Let me go to my Twitter. There you go. He's actually got footage of the brand new horse armor skin. So I'll link this in the description, and you could go see that for yourself. Looks like that. So yeah, I'll link it so you can see it on his Twitter. Cool. So awesome. Do you reckon they'll sell that for $2.49? Call it the Oblivion armor. Do it. It's been quite literally 20 years since that happened with Oblivion. And then tons of microtransactions. Right then. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Best luck to each and every single one of you. Keep an eye out for potential investments, but to be honest with you, with Lunar New Year, yeah, it's a bit debatable if anything will work out. Valentine's is also pretty much the same thing. But, I mean, I'm sure people like super bright pink things, I guess. We'll see. All right, so catch you later. Say goodbye.